Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and only two more Christmassy reviews on the weekends left. Yep, and that's right. As was teased in the last review video, the second to last Christmassy review on the weekends, and what it is that I'm reviewing that has to do something with the Griffins. Yeah. That's right. The new Family Guy Christmas special, which being Gift of the White Guy. Yes. And I'm not doing this alone, because seeing as how he's joined me for almost, a lot of the Family Guy episodes, specials that, we've reviewed and such, and any other Seth MacFarlane, piece of material and such, one of my good friends, Anchorman.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, good to have you for this. So, the first things we have to say about Gift of the White Guy, well, for me, I'll start. I gotta say, Gift of the White Guy was actually, in my opinion, a pretty good Family Guy Christmas special. And if I've said this before, Family Guy has had some pretty good episodes, even as of today, when it comes to, say Halloween or Christmas. I mean, granted, sure, they probably would have had some that would be, maybe not really that great, but still. But I'd say this one, that's Christmassy, and which being Gift of the White Guy, it was a pretty good one. And with what goes on with, each of the characters, most notably, what goes on with, say, Stewie and Peter Griffin, because usually with a Family Guy episode, two things would be going on. And for what goes on for each Stewie and Peter, yeah, I thought what the story had to offer, and what was going on with Peter and Stewie, each of them, and when it was kind of not looking too good, but in the end, and especially on Christmas, it all turned out great for all of them. Yeah, for the Griffins and so on. But of course, some dark humor and the jokes that were in this, I tell ya. Yeah. But just overall, yeah, Gift of the White Guy, I thought, was a pretty good Family Guy Christmas special. And now we'll turn the wheels over to you, Anchorman. What are the first things you have to say about the Family Guy Christmas special, Gift of the White Guy?
I thought it was a fun, fine Christmas episode of Family Guy. I don't think it's as good as the other Christmas specials, but I think it was just fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. It can definitely not top, say, what I think is a really good Christmas special from Family Guy, Road to the North Pole.
Yeah, that one's probably the best.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you guys would think so too, like me and Anchorman. Yeah, and anything else you've got to say before we move on? Your first thoughts and such on the episode.
I thought the plot with Stewie was pretty wholesome, pretty nice for Stewie, and also I liked the plot with Peter, where he has to go get an ornament he accidentally gave his coworker to.
Yep. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so now that me and Anchorman have talked about the first things we've had to say about Gift of the White Guy, as always, for me, read the description / the story. Peter must recover Lois's Christmas brooch after giving it away in a white elephant exchange. Stewie changes his attitude upon learning he's on Santa's naughty list. Alright, so with that out of the way, getting into Gift of the White Guy itself, yeah, because, what goes on with each Peter and Stewie? Well, first off, Stewie writing a Christmas list / letter to Santa, and especially he's wanting a specific, outfit that Timothy Chalamet wore and such. It's pretty funny. And then Brian steps in and, informs Stewie that he's pretty much on Santa's naughty list. And Stewie, horrified by this, and is going to do whatever it takes to find a way to get off of Santa's naughty list. And with that, what goes on with Peter at the business he works at, which being the the Pawtucket Brewer, which, Peter's boss being Preston Lloyd, and Preston Lloyd, I'd recognize that voice. Preston Lloyd being voiced by Peter McCon, I think I'm saying his last name right, best known as Bortus in The Orville. Something else, Seth MacFarlane's, yeah. So yeah, him being Peter's boss and such, and, well, the company is going to be helming, I should say, a white elephant exchange. Like, I mean, what do you make of that, Anchorman? Is that like a Secret Santa thing or something? Gift exchange kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is pretty much what it is, so yeah. And Peter, like, trying to find something he could, give and such, and for the white elephant exchange, and when he stumbles upon an ornament, which being a Christmas tree, which actually is something of Lois's, and, unintentionally and stupidly, Peter using that and for the white elephant exchange, and that goes to Lloyd. And, well, even right after that, Lois texted Peter about where it is, and just, yeah, not looking too good for Peter. And then, well, coming back to Stewie, him trying to find ways to get off the naughty list by one of the big things he does is getting rid of his weapons, guns, and such in his closet. Even Brian pointing out to Stewie that, are some of those guns from Rick and Morty? Yeah, and Stewie saying they had a fire sale and such. Yeah, that was a nice Rick and Morty reference there. Yeah. I don't know, because I couldn't really tell, because I'm sure as though, and maybe I need to look again, because some of the guns, they look identical to how they look and are designed in the world of Rick and Morty, but yeah, anyways. Okay, but we'll come to you, Anchorman, because what I've talked about so far, what do you have to say?
I like how Stewie got rid of all his guns. I realized how much of a gun collection or blaster collection he's got.
Yeah, I mean, he does have, well, I mean, he's got regular weapons as well as, like, science fiction-y weapons as well, so. And what about, like, say, when Peter unintentionally, just giving, what was Lois's to, his boss, for the white elephant exchange?
It's just Peter being Peter doing something stupid, and then he has to do something to fix it.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, on Peter. So, of course, he does try to, solve this and find a way to get it back. And continuing on, because, well, more with Stewie, because still trying to find a way to get off the naughty list, even when at one point, there's one moment where it's his and Rupert's anniversary, I guess, friendship-wise, and Brian at one point comes in, and he is drunk, is he not?
Yes.
Okay, I had a good feeling he was, and basically, like, getting Stewie on his nerves, and just the dialogue that Brian says to Stewie, and for a handful of hours, and even as the candles are getting low and such, nice detail there, nice detail. Stewie, well, he managed to try to keep it together and just let Brian talk it out and such, just, God. And coming back to Peter, because his attempts to try to find any way possible to get Lois's Christmas brooch back, if I am pronouncing that right. Again, you know me sometimes. Yeah, even when at one point Peter and tagging along with him Lois going to this Christmas party that Peter's boss is, hosting and such, and well, we see Preston Lloyd's mother, which being Widow Lloyd. Well, yeah, because I can't remember now. Like, do you know, Anchorman, is Widow Lloyd like Preston's wife or mother or something?
I think that's his mother.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that sounds more likely. Yeah, so. Yeah. Anyways, but, so yeah, Widow Lloyd being voiced by, I recognize her, yeah, Deborah Wilson. Well, Widow Lloyd has what was Lois's, and attached to, her clothing, a pin and such. And, Peter trying to ask Widow Lloyd if, he can hold on to it or something, and doesn't really go as planned. And to name some of the other voice cast members in this, well, because, there is one moment, especially at the White Elephant exchange, where, someone got a cameo as a Christmas present. Because, yeah, the whole cameo thing, you would, say, get cameos, say, on your birthday or Christmas. And in this case, one of the employees got a cameo from Jeff Goldblum. Not Jeff Goldblum himself, voicing as himself, but, Matthew Friend, who voices Jeff Goldblum. A not bad impression on Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's appearance in this Family Guy episode, pretty funny. Again, despite the fact it's not actually Jeff Goldblum. So maybe they just weren't able to bring him in, but anyways. And also Seth's sister, Rachel McFarlane, does a voice, as well as Marlee Moulton voicing Stella, Alex Sulkin, John Venner, and Artie Joanne, and also Damien Faye, if I'm saying that right, and Mike DeSelitz, yeah, I think I got that right, and Ralph Garman, and yeah, so again, Peter's attempts to try to get it back, not working at first, and then he gets his pals, Joe, Quagmire, and Cleveland involved, and basically they have to go to this nursing home, and even despite the fact that the gates are locked, and even Peter at one point trying to get in there, and it's locked, and when he asks his pals for some help, and what they're supposed to specifically do, and Quagmire kind of getting intrigued by this, and, giggity, and so on. But, coming back to Stewie, because still, his attempts to try to make it onto the naughty list, and when it seems like he seems to be doing pretty good, but that is until Meg, well, she finds one of Stewie's weapons, and Stewie, wanting Meg not to hold on to it and trying to take it from her, but accidentally, Meg gets vaporized, and jeez Louise. And presumably, yeah, Meg is dead, and yeah, and Stewie being very mixed on this. We all know how the Griffins feel on Meg multiple times, but yeah. But coming back to you, Anchorman, because where we're up to now and what I've talked about, what do you have to say this time?
The moment where Peter recruits the guys to go get the jewel back, I thought that was cool. I like Cleveland's mailbox outfit he was wearing for this winter.
Mm-hmm.
And Stewie killing Meg, I wasn't really expecting that to happen, but I was wondering if they're going to bring Meg back.
Well, of course. And Stewie unintentionally, pulled the trigger, killing Meg, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and also... Okay, but, and even, say, a couple of moments with Chris, and even when Stewie is complimenting on them early on, just, that sequence, and some of the cutaways that are in this, mostly, cutaways of, say, the Three Kings and Jesus getting, a birthday and a Christmas gift. Well, because as we all know, Jesus' birthday being on Christmas, so, yeah, pretty funny. Well, because even, where one of the Three Kings, forgot to get Jesus a gift and such, and having to stop somewhere and try to make an excuse to the other two kings, so... Anyways, and coming back to Peter and the gang, because them sneaking in, and, well, even Joe... Because we know that Joe is in a wheelchair and, well, managed to, still sneak in and with his wheelchair, but yeah. And Peter and the gang in disguise, at one point, they're disguised as being these inspectors, or, best way to put out, urine stuff. Do you know how to describe it, Anchorman?
Describing what they found?
Well, the getup they're wearing and something to do with urine, I mean, do you know what that's supposed to specifically be, what they're doing?
Oh, they're trying to... Aren't they, impersonating them or something?
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, I think you know what we're talking about, guys. But anyways, if any of you have already seen this episode, but anyways. Oh, and by the way, because even Mike Henry, he did a voice in this. Not Cleveland Brown, as we all know, sadly. But anyways, so them sneaking in, and eventually when they find the one room where Widow Lloyd is, and being very quiet and taking the Christmas brooch, off of Widow Lloyd, and Peter's friends, Cleveland especially telling him that it was, too easy of what they did. And Peter tried on a piece of shades that Widow Lloyd was wearing and such, and by taking them off, well, we technically, kind of a rare thing to see, Peter's eyes without his glasses. And Joe, Quagmire, and Cleveland being shocked by this, and Cleveland commenting, you've got Barney Rubble eyes, and just, well, that's true. So, didn't you think that was funny? Like, we saw Peter's actual eyes.
Yeah, I thought they were like Mickey Mouse eyes, or like one of those old Disney cartoon eyes.
Okay, I mean, but did it not occur to you, especially, and when Cleveland did comment saying that he's got Barney Rubble eyes?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
There you go, yeah, so that's what I was kind of thinking of too, and right as Cleveland commented on saying that, but anyways, so they've succeeded getting it, and when coming back to Stewie, well, it is Christmas Eve, and actually at one point, at the North Pole, an elf got some information that someone in Quahog, which of course being Stewie, being on the naughty list, and that elf, being voiced by Steve Callaghan, and basically alerting Santa about, someone who's on the naughty list. And, Santa's too busy, and, because getting a massage and such, and golly, especially kind of being a little inappropriate with the elf that's massaging him and such. Later that evening, Stewie, he's writing a letter to Santa once again, and he finally gives in and says that, all he wants, no presents, nothing. He just wants his sister back. And, I like those moments, and this was a good moment because, Stewie, he really caring and feeling very bad and such for what he accidentally did to his sister. And as of now, all he wants is just Meg back. And if it's possible, if it really is possible. And, yep, he leaves the note right where the milk and cookies are, and he walks off, but then he comes back and he takes a little bite off of one of the cookies, and, that's not so-and-so, that's being cute. So, well, I mean, yeah, he's a baby, but still, Christmas Day arrives, and, when Stewie wakes up and when he's the first one to come downstairs, and Brian also popping in, they see Meg under the tree, and she was tied up and such. So somehow Santa brought Meg back to life, and Meg had no recollection after what happened to her early on, being vaporized. 1 minute she was there in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden she found herself waking up right under the tree and being tied up. And when she's untied, and when she starts to walk off, her legs are the other way around. Santa, and Stewie making a comment that Santa being really busy on Christmas Eve and didn't really have that much time to fix up Meg and such. Coming back to you, Anchorman, because what did you think on that? When all that Stewie wants is just Meg back, and when Meg did come back and such, what do you have to say?
I think it shows Stewie's, somewhat redemption, since he's always been trying to do bad things, and then he finally just wants something that's not selfish, like bringing Meg back.
Exactly, yeah. And there have been a couple of times where Stewie has, let his heart open, and, he's showed how much he cares on certain things. So, and this being one of them, yeah. And then Peter coming downstairs, and, he's in his Hawk pajamas, and the Christmas presents that all of the Griffins got, and when Peter surprised Lois with her Christmas brooch. And even when early on Lois, like, told Peter, like, a little background on that Christmas brooch, and just, yeah, kind of emotional, yeah. And Peter, he can't lie to Lois, and, you know, he tells her the truth on what happened and why her Christmas brooch was mysteriously gone, and so on, and that Peter accidentally gave it, you know, for the white elephant exchange, and to his boss, and to his boss's mother, and so on. And everything's all patched up, even when Peter told Lois that he got him something else for Christmas, but nah, he didn't. And Lois being very happy, you know, towards her hubby, and them going at it and such. And it seemed like, yeah, that was the perfect ending. And even, yeah, because as the camera pans out, and even we see Meg and Brian playing fetch. But it's not over just yet, because back at the nursing home, Lois, well, it's nice on her part, where she basically gives her Christmas brooch to Widow Lloyd. And, you know, even though she's still asleep, still, it'll be there when she wakes up. And when Peter and Lois walk off, you know, just, you know, a few steps away from Widow Lloyd. Well, by when Lois placed that on her, apparently, and I didn't really see this coming. I mean, I obviously would have expected something hilarious to end off the episode, and yeah, but very dark, where gushes of blood start to squirt out, and the nurses come in, and they're trying to stop the bleeding. Well, and assuming that, yeah, where Lois placed the Christmas brooch on Widow Lloyd in a bad place, yeah, and it's obvious, yeah, poor Widow Lloyd, she doesn't make it, and she just dies. Just, man, what a hilarious dark way to end off on that episode. I mean, what do you have to say on the ending, Anchorman? We'll now come to you.
I wasn't expecting it to be that. I wasn't expecting that, but, like, it was so bloody.
Okay.
Like, it was definitely dark to watch.
Yeah, but
you're talking about It's a Wonderful Life while that lady's just dying.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for mentioning that, because I almost forgot about that. Yeah, the Lois and Peter talking about It's a Wonderful Life, and the fact that Peter has not yet seen It's a Wonderful Life. Jeez. But, you know, them saying that they'll watch it and such, you know. But aside from that very last scene and it being hilariously dark, like, what did you think of the ending earlier, where, you know, all ends well and for the Griffins, and just, yeah, anything on that?
I thought them opening presents was funny, and I like Peter's Hulk outfit he's wearing, and I don't know, it's wild that Meg's legs are backwards. I wonder if they ever got fixed.
Well, obviously, and by the next season, they would be, so, you know.
Yeah, they would be.
Obviously. I think, yeah, even...
any explanation.
What's that now?
No, there'd be no explanation.
Of course. And besides, it is a cartoon, so...
Yeah, it just restarts itself.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, as I recall, yeah, even Stewie did make a comment on that the healing will process and such, you know, however Stewie said it, but yeah. Anyways. But, yeah, overall, that was a nice, sweet, but also hilariously dark for that last scene. Just, yeah, overall, a dark, sweet, hilarious way to end off the Family Guy Christmas special all together. Like, how else can I best say it? But, yeah, I think you get the point. But anyways, yeah, so, the Family Guy Christmas special, Gift of the White Guy. Again, I thought it was a pretty good Family Guy Christmas special. I mean, yeah, and like what you said earlier, Anchorman, it may not be, like, say, the best, and it can definitely not top off some of Family Guy's other really good Christmassy episodes / specials, like, again, most notably, as I pointed out, Road to the North Pole. That is a good one. What the story in Gift of the White Guy had to offer, not bad, pretty good, and with what goes on with the characters, when things are not looking too good, but towards the end, it all turns out really good, and especially on Christmas. The hilarious and dark moments, the cutaways, you know, everything that goes on in Gift of the White Guy, just pretty good. Yeah, again, it may not be the best, one of the best Christmassy specials / episodes from Family Guy, but it's not a bad one. It's definitely not a bad one, and it is pretty good. And now we'll come to you, Anchorman. What are the final things you have to say on Gift of the White Guy? Your final thoughts and results and so on? Yeah.
I thought it was a decent Family Guy Christmas special. Like I said, not as good as the other ones, but it was fun. And I liked the two plots. They were funny.
Yep. And of course with the hilarious dark moments in the cutaways, those
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cutaways are pretty good too.
Yep. There we go. So there we go. Yep, what me and Anchorman have had to say, our final thoughts and results on Gift of the White Guy. Yeah. And how we rate Gift of the White Guy. We'll start with you, Anchorman. How do you rate it?
I think on my channel I gave it like a 6 or a 7. So between those two.
6 or 7 stars?
Yeah.
Okay. And as for me, yeah, I think I'm on the same level as you. I'm giving the Family Guy Christmas episode slash special Gift of the White Guy, 7 out of 10 stars. Yes, 7 out of 10 stars for Gift of the White Guy for me, and for Anchorman, between 6 and 7 stars. Correct? Okay, yeah, so in between, so for you. Yeah, so what about you guys? What did you think of the Family Guy Christmas episode slash special itself, Gift of the White Guy itself? Did you think that this was pretty good? Do you think, like me and Anchorman, it's not bad, it's pretty good, but it cannot top off, like, say, some of the other good Family Guy Christmas episodes slash specials? What were some of your favorite moments that happen in Gift of the White Guy? The jokes, the dark humor, the cutaways, what goes on, in Gift of the White Guy with the two plots, for each Peter and Stewie, and when it seemed like things were not looking too good, but in the end, and especially on Christmas, it all turned out great for the Griffins. Yeah, just overall, what do you think of Gift of the White Guy itself, and with what me and Anchorman had to say, and with our review, and what did you think of our review? Leave comments and give this review video a like, as always. And so, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed our review of the Family Guy Christmas episode slash special, Gift of the White Guy. More review videos are coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and we'll see you guys in the next video slash review. And Anchorman, thank you very much for joining me for this one.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. And, well, what's coming up next for the final Christmassy review on the weekends later tonight? Well, let's just say, it's another Christmas adventure for a specific Time Lord. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Again, stay tuned for that. And any last words, Anchorman? Say goodbye.
Farewell.
He says that for me. Again, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and until me and Anchorman review more Family Guy materials, peace out.